It is Monday. It's the 15th of July. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal, making news today. A controversial criminal trial could soon become a federal case. The George Zimmerman case has polarized America. This was the scene in Los Angeles where protesters took to the streets of the city. Most of the demonstrations were peaceful, though, as Americans took to the streets to express their outrage over the acquittal. Zimmerman was found not guilty in the shooting death of an unarmed teenager, but his legal battle may not be over yet. Civil rights. George Howell is in Sanford, Florida. He joins us now with more on the fallout of this verdict. George?
Oh, good day. So we are hearing from reaction all around the country from churches.
What about the family of Trayvon Martin? Are they gearing up for a potential, are they looking to launch a lawsuit against Mr. Zimmerman?
Well, you know, at this point, fair to say, too early to tell, given that they just heard this verdict.
Thank you very much for that. George Howell there in Sanford in Florida, live for us on the show. Now, there's mounting evidence that China's economy is slowing down. Second quarter GDP grew at 7.5% over the previous year. Those figures are in line with what analysts expected, but it is part of an ongoing slowdown in the world's second largest economy, which enjoyed average growth around 10% for many years. David McKenzie is in Beijing and joins us now live. And David, some people would say those are still pretty good numbers.
Well, they would be extraordinary numbers for large parts of the world, particularly.
Thank you so much. David McKenzie there live for us in Beijing. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. One of the Guardian journalists who broke the Edward Snowden story says the U.S. intelligence leaker has more damaging information, which could be a, quote, nightmare for the U.S. government. Last Friday, Snowden met with human rights activists and lawyers at the transit area of the Russian airport where he's been stuck for weeks. WikiLeaks says Snowden has requested asylum from Russia while he awaits safe passage to Latin America. Phil Black joins us now live from Moscow with more on what this more damaging information could be. Phil?
Monita, we don't know the details, but Glenn Greenwald from Britain's Guardian newspaper has, as you've mentioned, said that Snowden has a lot more information.
Adding on to what Phil was talking about and some of the other stories that we are following here at CNN is that talks between North and South Korea are underway as the two sides discuss reopening the shared industrial zone at Kaesong. The factory park has been closed since April when relations between the two neighbors deteriorated. The North withdrew all 53,000 of its workers. At least 17 people have been killed in a stampede in eastern Indonesia. Police say a riot broke out at a boxing match after fans of the winning boxers started taunting the losers' supporters. People threw chairs and started fights in the crowded arena. Fans were trampled as they tried to exit the building. Asiana Airlines is planning legal action against a San Francisco area TV station. KTVU aired a report that contained fake and offensive names, according to the claim, of the pilots of the flight that crash landed at San Francisco's airport last week. The South Korean carrier says the reports are damaging to its reputation. Meanwhile, a group of 31 students and teachers who survived the crash returned home to an emotional welcome in China over the weekend. The man who succeeded Nelson Mandela as president says Mandela's health is improving. Former President Thabo Mbeki says his condition remains critical but stable and that he believes the 94-year-old statesman will eventually be allowed to return home. Mandela has been hospitalized since early June with a recurring lung infection. The Philippine government has reached a wealth-sharing deal with the country's largest Muslim rebel group. The More Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, will get 75% of taxes and revenues from the exploitation of natural resources in the country's south. This is seen as a key step forward in peace talks between the government and the MILF, who have been fighting to establish an independent Islamic state for decades. Medical examiners will conduct an autopsy on actor Corey Monteith, who died over the weekend. The Glee actor was found at his hotel room in Canada after he missed his checkout on Saturday. Police have ruled out foul play. He was 31 years old. Let's switch gears now and get a check of the weather conditions. Flooding continues in East Asia. Meteorologist Maya Ramos is at the World Weather Center with those details. Hi, Mari.
Hello, Monita. Good to see you. You know, even in Hong Kong, you've had some heavy rain warning. Back to you.
Mari, thank you very much. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Golf's third major of the year, the Open Championship, gets underway, and this four-time major winner looks ready to go. Welcome back. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. The world of athletics has been rocked by news that two of its highest-profile sprinters have failed drugs tests. Let's get more on this story and the rest of the sports headlines for this Monday from Pedro Pinto, who joins us now from CNN London. Hello, Pedro. Nice to see you.
Hey, Monita. Nice to see you as well. It's the last thing the IAAF, track and fields governing body, wanted here, and of course CNN will be covering it with our colleague Alex Thomas. That's a quick look at sports for now. Monita, back to you.
All right, Pedro, thank you very much for that. Now, for 163 years, the telegram was a feature of Indian life, but now it's no more, and perhaps the only mystery is just how it managed to last this long. Sunima Udas reports now on the end of an era. Fascinating. And finally, if you are thinking of changing up your skincare routine and are not too keen about injecting Botox into your face, well, a salon in Tokyo may have a new beauty treatment for you. Snail facials. Yeah, clients have live snails placed directly onto their face. You're watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal live at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. I'll update you the news headlines in just a couple of minutes.